I remember the time early in my marriage when I was arguing with my wife because I didn't want to listen. Many times young men will struggle to listen early in their marriages, fearing that it proves that they're not quite ready to guide, to lead, or to protect their family. Sometimes immaturity will convince you that listening to outsiders is an indicator that you're not prepared to be the proper husband or the leader that you need to be. Well, anyway, I remember that day as if it was yesterday. My wife and I was arguing because she was trying to tell me how to drive. Can you imagine a wife telling her husband how to drive? Woman, leave me alone. I know how to drive. I have the right of way. You need to slow down. There are speeding cars over there on that side road, she pleaded. I went on to say in a heavier voice, that traffic over there must yield. Leave me alone, woman. I can drive. Then at the last possible moment, I heard a little voice, a whispering voice saying to me, you better listen to your wife. You see, the voice sounded familiar. It sounded like my grandmother, but it also sounded like my mother, and it sounded like a voice from God. I believe it was a combination of all three of them. I slammed on the brakes and slowed the car to a stop. I'm thankful I stopped the car. A half a second later, a truck speeding at 95 miles an hour missed our car by 2 inches. Our car swayed and shook and vibrated because of the near miss. My life flashed before my eyes. I saw visions that occurred at different moments in my life, all in that split second, including a vision of my mother standing over my casket at my funeral. I also saw a vision of my grandmother crying and the family looking to the sky asking God why. I began to cry, and I then began to chase that truck on a death chase. My wife screamed for me to stop, but I couldn't. She screamed again for me to stop, but I couldn't. And finally I stopped the car and pulled over to the side of the road. As we trembled, we began to cry, and we continued to cry. I listened now. Now I listen. If I hadn't stopped to listen that day, stopped to listen to that whispering voice, you would not be hearing or reading this message today. Now I want to share an important message with you. Question: do you know CPR? It's like that ambulance driver that was giving CPR to the victim in the car wreck. He was working hard to save the person's life. After a while, he felt like it was a hopeless case. Too much damage had been done. As he was about to give up, a stranger approached and told him that he knew CPR as well. The driver said to the gentleman, "It's no use, sir. It's too late." The stranger then said, "Let me give it a try." As the driver peered down at the stranger, he noticed that the stranger started praying. You see, my CPR is Christ's power revealed. Jesus Christ has awesome power and can be revealed through prayer. That's the CPR that you need today. Just like Jesus saved that young man, I know he will save you today. Just as that little voice warned me to save me, the purpose was so that you could hear today's message. Your path to salvation will include many voices of wisdom. Our Father uses his tools to get your attention. He is an expert in saving the lost. In the midst of your darkness, he will provide light. He will lift your spirits, rejuvenate your heart, and clear your mind. He can bring the dead back to life. Lazarus was dead, but Jesus gave him a shot of the living blood. We must start our own CPR classes today. Christ's power revealed through prayer. If you think you're having a heart attack, or if you think you're having shortness of breath, or just shortness of time in a troubled marriage, you better believe in CPR. If you or someone you know has lost their will to live, lost their will to love or laugh, you better believe in CPR. If you can't control your anger, and your mother can't control your attitude, and your grandmother can't control your spirit, you better get ready, because rock bottom is about to control all three, plus humble you. You see, you better believe in CPR. If your rent is due, or if your car payment is late, or if the transmission is slipping and the mechanic won't accept a post-dated check, you better believe in CPR. Christ's power revealed. I must tell you that tragic moments can be the birth of greatness. More often than not, leaders and difference makers come from moments of tragedy that change their lives. The pain never goes away, but we must learn to live with the loss. Every day we are reminded in some small daydreaming moment. Many are just trying to find something to hold on to. But you know what? Your life can be revived. Your life can survive. You can rededicate and re-educate your life. Don't give up, don't give in, and may God bless you and keep you today. And I'll talk to you later.